Once upon a time, a wealthy trader was sailing across a river, dreaming about his riches and future plans. The sun was shining, and the river was calm, and everything seemed perfect. But suddenly, disaster struck. A sharp crack, a sudden jolt. His boat was sinking. Panic took over as he flailed his arms and shouted, "Help! Help!" His heart pounded as he saw a fisherman in the distance, rowing a small wooden boat. Save me, the trader cried. "If you don't, I'll drown. I'll give you everything I own. Just save my life." The fisherman in the distance, a quiet man with sunburned skin and hands rough from years of rowing. He paused for a moment, and then without a word, he reached out and pulled the drowning trader into his boat. The trader, upon coming up on the boat, gasped for air, shivering from fear, but as the boat steadily moved forwards, something changed inside his mind. He started thinking. His relief turned into hesitation, and then doubt, and finally regret. He cleared his throat. "About my promise," he said cautiously. "I meant what I said. You see, my wife won't agree to give away everything. I can give you only half. That's still generous, right?" The fisherman didn't say a word. He just kept rowing. The trader frowned. Why should he give away half his wealth? He sat up straighter, brushing water from his clothes. "You know," he continued, "saving people is a good deed. It's your duty as a fellow human being. If you hadn't saved me, you would have sinned. So actually, I have done you a favor by letting you help me. So a quarter of my wealth should be enough." The fisherman still remained silent. By the time they reached the shore, the trader had made up his mind. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a 100-rupee note, and handed it to the fisherman. "Here," he said with a smile, "get yourself some tea and some biscuits for your kids." The fisherman took the money, looked at it, and then looked at the trader, and without a word, he turned away and walked away. But the story doesn't end here. A few days later, the trader walked into a courtroom, his hand wrapped in a bandage. "My lord," he declared, "this fisherman injured me while pulling me out into his boat. Look at my hand. This abrasion has caused me great suffering. In fact, all my problems today are because of this injury." The fisherman stood in silence as the judge listened. Then, with a firm voice, the judge gave his verdict. "It is clear," the judge said, "that this fisherman acted out of kindness. He risked his own safety to save a drowning man. And yet, the trader has turned against him. But after giving careful thought, the court finds this fisherman guilty, not of negligence, but of being too money-minded." The courtroom was struck with awe, and everyone gasped. For the first time, the fisherman spoke. His voice was calm, steady, but filled with quiet pain. He said, I don't regret having saved him, but I do regret believing in his humanity. And he walked away just as silently as before. Somewhere in a busy hospital, a doctor sighed as he signed a discharge summary. Some people, he muttered, always forget who pulled them out of the water. Now, gratitude is short lived for those who value themselves above all else. Let's never forget the hands that lift us up in times of need. Thank you.